I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop fighting your parents. Stop trying to change your parents. Give up, bro. They are too old for that. They can't change again. They spent so many years, so many decades becoming who they are. You can't just show up and change them. It's not going to work. It's a futile effort. Stop doing things that will waste your time. It's a waste of effort. In fact, it will only yield negative results. Give up. Accept them the way they are and manage them. Manage the situation. The way your parents managed you when you were a kid is how you manage them as adults. You manage. They might have strong views on things, weird views, even totally wrong views. They may have wrong behaviors. It's okay. It's your parents. You can't have two different mothers. You can only have one biological mother. That's the way the nature made it. Only one biological father. Do you understand? You have to manage him like that. If your mother is bad with money, you don't give her too much money at once. You phase it. If she needs 1 million naira, you give her 100,000 naira every week or every month. You make sure she has used the one you gave her well, and then you give her another one. You give her another. You don't tell her that you have the full 1 million because she's gonna create trouble. Do you understand? You just tell her that this is the one you can afford now. It's called management, people management. You're managing her because now you understand her at a deeper level. So this is the one I have now. We'll give her 100,000. Make sure you take whole body 200, 300 gradually. If she has to, if you want to, she has to buy something. You don't give her money to buy it. You go and buy it, then you ship it to her. You weigh bill it to her. Do you understand? I'm giving an example with that so you get what I'm saying. Instead of going to quarrel and fight with your mom that she blew the money you gave her and no, manage her the way she managed you when you're a child. Parents are older people are actually children. After picking in your youth, you are born and then you peak in intelligence and physical strength in your youth. You start declining again. As you get older, you become a child again. Manage your mother. You can't have another mother. Even if your mother is a witch, yes, it's still your mother. Manage her, but keep her at arm's length. You understand? Some people are so evil, some parents, they are so evil that they can be jealous of your own progress. Haven't you seen a mother that is jealous that her daughter is marrying a good husband when she herself couldn't afford that? Or maybe that one of her children is succeeding more than the other one. Some parents will go and have a preferred child. Do you understand? You can manage the situation. Whatever is left of that relationship that has damaged, manage it like that. Do you understand? Find a way to manage it. At the same time, you have to have intelligence. Don't let them drain you. If it's people that drain you emotionally, they're always telling you bad words. Don't let the people do it. You understand? There's nothing wrong with apologizing to your mother, prostrating for your father. Nothing is wrong. It's not an ego thing. You can be right and still prostrate for your father. If you don't prostrate for your father, who would you prostrate? Call your mother, say, Mommy, I'm sorry. She will say, Boy, you didn't tell me that. I said, No, I'm sorry. She will say, Boy, I'm sorry. You should have done this. I'm sorry. I don't know now. Okay, I will do it. When you're negotiating peace, you have to compromise. You can't negotiate without compromise. Do you understand? They will tell you you must come and do the culture and tradition of the people. You say, okay, I will do it. Okay, let me just save money. You have the money, oh. You understand? Well, you kind of, talk to her. Don't worry, I will save money maybe sometime next year. And actually, when is that time you try and go and do it, or you postpone it. There's a way you manage situation. It will not devolve into full armed conflict. Do you understand? Manage situations with your parents. Some of them are very stubborn. They'll be eating the wrong thing. Their body is dying, and you are trying to stop it. Yet they will still insist and it's okay if that is how she wants to go or he wants to go. If that is how your father wants to go, it's okay. Just manage it very well. Take care of her. Take care of your father. Some of you, your father, you have money, but your father is suffering. You're supposed to put your father on payroll. You're supposed to put your father on payroll that every month he must receive this amount. Let the old man go and flex. He's about to go. If your children don't see you treating your parents well, when it's your time, you will behave exactly like your father or your mother, and your children will not treat you well too. You might be thinking you are smart, you're intelligent, you have your good morals better than your mother or your father. Wait till you get to their age. You might, at their age, you'll be thinking you're doing the right thing, but what you're doing is wrong. Your children will be seeing it as wrong because their own time has changed at that time. So you need to set a good example for your kids. Your kids need to see you treating your father and your mother very well, your uncle treating them very well. Do you understand? So that when it's time, they will treat you well. I'm not saying you should be careless. Some parents are actually witches. You're some are wizard. Some grandparents who on alive will terminate the grandchild. It has happened. You marry, you give birth to a child, your mother comes for all this to stay with the family, and then you and your wife will leave the house to go and get something. Before you're back, the child is dead. It happens. If your mother is that kind of person, don't tell her where you live. Not everybody deserves to know where you live. Even your siblings. Not everybody deserves to know where you live. If they are trouble, they don't have to know where you live. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you should be quarreling with them. Go and make peace, Oga. Then use fight, do you? Are you cursed with evil fighting? Go and make peace with your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters. Even your uncles, make peace. Uncle, I'm sorry. I was a child then. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry. Yeah, he will pray for you. You will go. Just give him that space. Do you understand? But at the same time, the situation can be managed. If you're fighting with your father and your mother, your children don't have to know. There are some secrets children shouldn't know. Some secrets go to grave with you. Do you understand? Because if they know, it will be in their mind. When they get to your age, they will say, yes, that is why you were fighting with our grandparents, and they will start fighting you because you have set an example for them. You don't let your kids know that you're fighting your parents or that you had a disagreement with you. We don't let your kids know. It's a secret. Keep it secret. There's no advantage in them knowing. It's only a disadvantage for them. You can warn your kids of evil uncles and aunties. Some uncles and aunties, the way you have siblings. That's the way your uncle was a sibling to your father or your mother, and your auntie was a sibling to your father or your mother. When they were growing up, they might think they will succeed better, but when finally the time reaches, it turns out that your father is the one that succeeded the most. There might be jealousy. Because of that jealousy, it might turn deadly. This is Africa. Everybody is looking for how to drop poison and poison you. It's happening, or how to do. Some will go to juju. They will try to project juju. Somebody that has not done juju for his own life to be better is doing for your own life to collapse. This is Africa for you. It happens. You understand? You can warn your children that, hey, when you go out, don't eat in this person's house or don't eat. But at the same time, it doesn't mean you should quarrel. Even when you have issues, you don't just open your mouth, and start telling everybody. Some people, you meet them first date, they have already explained how their parents want to unalive them. First date, you are meeting somebody that may marry you for the first time. You have already told him how your father slept with your sister and gave birth to your brother. Now your mother tried to stab your father, and your auntie is trying to. Your uncle is in prison for. You have already told him all your family secrets. The guy will run from you. Some ladies will be wondering why they can't find husband. Any man that comes close will run. Your mouth. When you expose that you are fighting your parents, you appear weaker. You make yourself a prey. Whenever you have issue with that person will say, oh, now I know why you were fighting your parents. It's because you are trouble. You understand what I'm saying? So there are certain secrets you don't expose. You don't expose that your base is weak. If you're fighting your parents or you and your brother is fighting, you don't tell people anyhow. Except maybe somebody that really needs to know, so that in case if something happens to you, they will know where it's coming from. I get what I'm saying. There are specific scenarios. What we are seeing these days is that teenagers will go online and expose their whole family secret online. Throw their father under the bus, throw their mother under the bus. Then they will go back and look for school fees from the same person. Use your brain. You don't have to fight your parents, okay? They can't change. You give up. That religion that they are practicing, that's the one they will practice. They can't change. You can't make them see things better. Manage them like that. If your father is a prayer warrior, give him transport. Let him go and be praying more. Stop fighting him. Stop trying to convince him that man is a scam, that pastor is fake. Or support the business. Let him be paying tithes there. It's okay. Let the man die with happy heart.